So what I'm getting is a little bit of water coming out. I can hear the drain is active. Got the door locked. I believe this happened late in the cycle. It wasn't on drain and spin initially. I think it was just on normal. But as it got near the end, it's supposed to drain out all the water and go into spin. My guess is that the drain is active, the door remains locked because the system is trying to drain it, but I think the drain may be somewhat obstructed or fully obstructed. So in this model, I believe what I need to do to get to the coin trap is unplug it and then go in from the back. The back panel comes off pretty readily, pretty quick. And then I think I can get to what they call the coin trap and undo it and pull out anything that might be in there. Now when I undo it, probably some water is going to come out, so I need to be prepared for that. So I'm going to unplug it, pull the machine away from the wall. So we're going to take off this back panel, and these are 1/4" screws. We're just going to pull out these perimeter screws. Just take a second to do. Some of these we don't pull out though. If you notice there's a cutaway, you don't have to pull out that one, but just the ones that are holding on this panel. And there's one there also. Let's get those. Screws are out, so we should be able to get this panel off. And then this is a direct drive system, so it doesn't have a belt. This is actually the motor here. Coin trap's down here. It's this round thing. And I got to be prepared for a little water to come out when I open that. If it does leak, it's going to leak into this bottom drawer. I'm going to go lefty loosey on this thing. There, it's moving. And a little water is going to leak out. Hey guys, can you take just a second to click on the subscription link below? It really helps our channel, and also the bell notification, so every time we make a new video, we can send it right to you. We make a new video about once every week. Really appreciate that. And if you give us a thumbs up, it'd be great. Thank you. And there's not much in there. It looks pretty good. Let's see if there's, I'm going to reach in here and see if I feel anything blocking it. Pretty clean. Of an obstruction here in this drain hose. It leaves here, goes up. So I'm going to pull this hose off right here, and I'm going to look to see if there might be something hiding in there. Drain system, wherever there's a turn, you're going to tend to get things stuck. So this is one you can check too. Take off the hose clamp, kind of twist this thing towards you and pull. Just look in there. It looks great. Bit of something green right there, but I think it's just a speck of dirt. I don't think there's anything in there. I'll put that one back on. I just tighten with the hose clamp, tighten this pliers, put that back on. So I'm going to put the coin trap back in too. Didn't see any obstructions in there at all. It seemed pretty clean. Make sure there's nothing in the treads here for the screw to go back in. I'll put this in like this, coming into the machine, and then I'll go righty-tighty to tighten it. And I want to get it pretty tight, so I want to keep going until this tab locks into here, so that just limits how far it can go. I think we got it. Might be. So I'm going to leave the back off and hook everything back up and test out the drain motor. I want to make sure I don't have any leaks before I put the back cover back on. Take off the top, we just got to pull these 3/4" screws. If you have a dryer stacked on top and you got to get in here, one thing you can do is you can disconnect your dryer and slide it onto a recycling bin just to get the dryer out of there, so you can get this top off. Maybe you don't have enough people to help. Usually you need 2 people to lift the dryer off. So if you're by yourself, you have a recycling bin, you can just pull the dryer right on. So you're going to push this away so it gets loose like that, and then lift up, get it out of the way, and make sure it's unplugged. And you're going to find we get the top off and we're looking down, we see this white thing down there, and that is the door lock. There's a little round thing on the top. If you pull that up, that'll unlock the door. Right. So there's that little release, that white thing. Reach in there, lift up on that. You guys see that? So up is open. You can open the door. So usually when there's a drain problem, the door will remain locked, and the only way you can really get in there is if you override it by taking the top off. And you can see that white thing in there, a round thing at the top. Reach in and lift up like that, and then you can open the door. Now I'm going to put it back, plug it in again, and see if there's any change. That might have reset something. Okay. Let's see what it's doing now. Yeah, I heard a relay click inside here. I think I'm back to normal now. I think that did reset it. Alright, I'm going to try going through a cycle. So I'll turn it back on, give it power. Yeah, so that did reset it. It is possible that that door lock is getting worn out. Alright, I'm going to start it. You can hear the door locked. It's sensing right now what the load's doing. Let me power it down for a second. I'm just going to try drain and spin because I think it's already done. It just needs to be spun out. So we go there, go to drain and spin. 14-minute cycle, turn it on. So we get the door lock, we should get drain function, and then we should get this thing to spin out. And that centrifugal force will create more water, and the drain should kick it out. I'll look inside too to see if I get any leaks. The drain's active, but there's no water in there, so you don't really hear it sloshing around. So now it's going to start its spin cycle. The more centrifugal force will throw the water out into the spin basket. It'll get caught in the tub. It'll go down, it'll hit the drain motor, and the drain motor will kick it out. I'm going to go check it out from the other side. It's kind of fun to see the motor here spinning, picking up speed. It's rocking a little bit because it's a bit unsteady. Sometimes if the machine interprets a rock like that, it'll actually stop the spin cycle because it's worried it's going to hurt the machine. It's going to try to hold it down. It'll spin in two different directions to try to get the load more evenly distributed. And then if it can spin without much shaking, it'll go faster and faster. But if it gets a lot of shaking, it may continue to do this back and forth rather than a high-speed spin. That's just called load distribution. Picking up a little speed now. And then the drain will kick in again because it's thinking, well, I'm going fast enough to create some centrifugal force to create water, so we got to drain it out. That's pretty good speed. Stabilizing the tub, and then it has the springs at the top, one there and one on the other side. So it's kind of floating on the shocks and the springs, and that's getting up some really good speed. Actually has chunks of concrete there too to help kind of keep it centered. Drain looks good though, no leaks. Picking up super fast. Really cool design. Concrete that's used to help keep it centered at high speed. And this is where the water comes in and is combined with the detergent before it goes down into the tub. The brains of the operation. There's the two suspension springs. Sometimes these can break and then the machine will really act weird during spin. But right now it's doing really good. It's able to compensate. You can see a little foam building up right there, that elbow. That's where the water would drain, but there's really not much water in there, so that's just a little bit of foam. So I turned off the power button, and we're still getting the less and less spin, no more drain, and the door just unlocked. So it's behaving properly. Maybe what's going on is that door lock is having trouble. And again, if you need to, you have to unlock. You just got that white thing down there, just pull it up and it'll unlock. I think I probably need a new door lock. Full cycle now. Drain is active, the door locked, it's going to do sensing. That's where the motor kicks in and it just rotates and it tries to feel how much voltage do I need to rotate this thing. That tells the algorithm how heavy it is, and then it's going to add water to put the right amount of water to wash that load. I got basically one item in there, so it's almost no load. And now it's circulating that item so it gets saturated with the water as the water flows in. It's going to do that for a while, and then it'll go to the high-speed spin. Turning really good. I don't see any leaks after the reassembly. Now we hear the dry sump spinning, but it's just hitting air, so the frequency changes, different sound. Now it'll start to pick up speed. It's letting new water in. It's going to spin it, and it lets water in to rinse it out, and then it'll pick up speed and it'll drain. We're hearing the water system right now letting water in. Valves are opening up. Lets water come in from the house pressure. Valves open up, water comes in. It's going to go back and forth now to wash it. That's the agitation cycle. And then it'll pick up speed in a little bit, and the drain will become active, and it'll shoot all that water out. Or by lifting up on that white thing there, you see the shadow of my finger touching, pulling that up, releases the door, reset the computer. And so far so good. It did a cycle and didn't have the code thrown, and didn't have the door locking, and continuing to drain. So we found that the drain was perfectly clear. If it happens again, my suspicion would be that I just need to remove the door lock, which is really easy to do. We just come through the front by pulling the boot back and get right in there. They're pretty cheap. So we'll see what happens. I'm just going to put it back together now. So I'm just going to put this panel. I'm just going to add all the screws back. We'll just put all the screws back in. Getting all these screws back in. There's a lot of them, but they act as a part of the structure. There's so many, and this plate is so thick that it actually helps to keep the washer intact. And it's pretty quick if you have a driver. Panel back on too. By the way, for this model, we have this nice pamphlet located underneath the top panel, and it has some tests you can do for your lock for your machine that will help you with diagnosis. This is for service technicians, but you can take a look at it yourself, and it has things about the control panel, about troubleshooting, doing a diagnostic, checking on your fault and error codes. So pretty good information. All right, so I'm going to put this back on. In position. Bring that forward. And then we're going to add those 3 screws on the back. There we go. All right, we'll just bring it back into position when we're done.
Thanks so much for watching our video. Please leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. We really appreciate that. We have a really nice video coming up for you right here that I think you'll enjoy. Very similar, dealing with appliance repair. So thanks again for watching our video.